What it do? What it do? It's Lifeline presents bringing to you GOAT Metrics. We got a bonus thing right now. We're going to GOAT Metrics prequel. This is the breakdown of how the GOAT Metrics system is. I've been getting a lot of flack, a lot of, everybody trying to understand why they players ain't landing where they supposed to land. So right now, Sev, let me introduce Sev.
What's going on, man? How you doing today, Lifeline?
I'm doing good. I'm your host, Lifeline. We're just going to break it down. I'm giving Sev. Sev is going to be the guy interviewing me on how I broke down the GOAT metrics system and why I created it. So I'm going to hand over to you, brother.
All right, well, first of all, let me say this. All jokes aside, the GOAT metrics, I'm honored to even be a part of it, man. This is big. This is like the greatest thing since Ali and Frazier, Ali and Foreman, man. It's the GOAT metrics, baby.
I appreciate it, man. Because we talked about it so much. We talked about, comparing the GOATs, the greats, the NBA players, and we just try to figure out something that makes sense across the board.
Definitely, definitely. And I can honestly say that this GOAT metric system, and I said it before, it's the only system I've seen that quantifies the numbers and lets you know by the numbers, just pure stats, no opinion, no emotion, just pure numbers, who's the greatest.
Facts. Well, go ahead, ask away. I'm here.
Well, I guess the first question is, what made you even want to come up with the GOAT metric system?
Okay, well, we love sports, and I actually want to break down the GOAT metrics in every sport. But I have to start with basketball because basketball is my first or second love, maybe after rapping. That's another show. But anyway, so therefore I had to, because Kobe, LeBron, Mike, Will, all the greats, it's like what separates them? What separates them? Like if you won a championship, I won a championship. Like what makes how do we figure out what the championship quantifies or how much is a championship worth? So therefore, I had to find it wound up being 18 different places where you could get points at.
Okay. Okay. Now we know that there's 5 major statistical categories. So break down the point system for us.
Okay. Well, we're gonna start with titles first.
Okay.
If we're gonna do the breakdown, we got to start with titles because the GOAT metric system is titles, awards, then all-time leader numbers.
Okay.
That's the 3 breakdown. So
okay.
For titles, we're gonna start with the first one. Titles. NBA championships, scoring titles, rebounding titles, assist titles, block titles, and steal titles. All of those are 10 points. All of those are 10 points. And I'm going to break it down to you because I'm going to ask you a question with the question.
Okay.
How much would you give a championship, or would you make it that everybody get it? If you had to do it. So I'm going to have to let you know how the thought process in my mind, when it comes to Mike and Kobe championship, do they get it or do everybody get it?
You know what? I would probably say I would give the starters the points first, and then maybe the role players a little less. Maybe like your 6-man get 5, and then the role players 3. That way we could separate, the actual people who got you there opposed to the role play. Not to say that they didn't do anything, but some people do more than others.
And I'm glad you said that. See, this is in real time. That's why I wanted to ask you that, because the only thing that does is it make your teammate not go hard for you if we all achieve the same thing, but you get more credit.
It's a fact. That's a fact.
So therefore, I kept it simple because I'm thinking if I'm a role player, why play hard to make you look greater?
Right.
So I had to break it down where everybody get 10 points.
So how do you separate who's the the better player, or does a player get something extra, uh, for the game? Like, is it just 10 across the board?
Well, I kept it to 10 across the board, but then the finals MVP get an extra 5.
Okay. Okay.
So only one guy gets extra 5 per series. I can't say Kyrie and LeBron get it and Scotty and Mike get it. The number one guy get it because he was the number one guy. I
Got
can't
you.
can't just say the star players get this and the other players get that, because without the other players, the stars don't get it.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So that's why I broke it down when it came to the championship of giving it 10 points. And I hope people with fair minds understand this was a lot of thinking. I thought on this for a year.
Maybe two.
Yeah, like I thought it's over a year how to break the numbers down. And it was like a championship is a team effort.
That's right.
It's a team effort. So therefore, how can I not give the rest of the team the same points?
That's a fact. So I have a question with that being said, because the GOAT metric system, it pretty much came out before they started the conference finals MVPs. So going forward, is that something that you're looking into putting into the mix, or you just like, nah, that's not something you want to do right now?
Definitely not. And the reason being, they always gonna try to add stuff to make things the NBA look a little different.
Okay.
Like let's not do. That's like in the park adding, like we go on points, rebounds. Now it's like, oh, crossovers. How many crossovers we had? Like we keep adding
Right.
stuff. Like, come on, it's the MVP of the league. It
That's
ain't
right.
baseball. We don't have American League MVP. We don't have National League MVP. We keep trying to beat other sports. This is basketball, baby.
That's right. That's right.
So metric system going to keep it real fair, and we're going to keep it where the funny thing about it, the last 50 years, everybody been graded on the same thing. Because when you go back to the 70s, right? When you go back to the 70s, 3-pointers, no new thing has been added to the game. No 3-point, no steals, no blocks. So the last 50 years, these guys been graded by the same things. So let me go back to this. Championships, then we already said, you said in the beginning, the 5 statistical categories: points, rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals.
Okay.
All these positions. So if you led the league in assists, you get 10 points because you got an assist title. And that's the thing. And somebody might say, well, why you got championship right next to other titles? Ain't a championship more? Yeah, but it's a team effort.
Good question.
It's a team effort, though.
Got you.
So the guy that won a championship with a stacked team, right?
Right.
But I'm on a weak team and I lead the league in rebounds. I don't get no credit.
Understood.
I'm one of one. You one of 15.
That's right.
It took 15 of y'all to win a championship. It took one of me to be the best in everything. And the best in rebounds, the best in assists. So I had to give them the same.
Okay. Okay.
Are you understanding it any better?
Yeah, I definitely got it. One question I would ask, as far as that goes with the 10 points, because you don't use a voting system or anything, it's just strictly off of who's the leader. Is there any points for second place, or are we just saying this person is the best and we're going to leave it at that? And if that's the case, how many points are available per season?
Okay, now you jumping into. I love it how your mind thinks, but it's 89 points available per person. Yes.
Okay.
But really, is when you take the rookie of the year out, because you don't get that every year. You only get that as a rookie.
Right.
So it's 84. Right? But let me break it down even further. To be honest with you, is 69 to 66 points you could get.
Okay.
The other And I'm messing up. No, the other yeah, the other, what is it? See, you caught me off guard. So 60, 29. So that's 89. Yeah, no, I'm correct. Because the other all-time points is different. So
Okay, that's right.
correct. So it's 84 points you could get any other year after your rookie year, and 89 points you could get as a rookie.
Okay.
And,
Gotcha.
and we're gonna get to the MVPs and all that. So now we already went through the titles. The title breakdown, you could get 60 points for titles per year. So if you led the league in rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks, maybe the only player probably could do that is like Jokic. You know what I
mean? Seems like it.
So if Jokic could win a championship, scoring title, rebound title, assist title, block title, steal point, he could get 60 points. So out of the 89 points, you know, he could get, so different players, of course, could get the championship.
Right, right.
So they'll get points for that. But only a few players could get points for the other things.
Okay.
So now let's go to the awards. And let
All
me
right.
feel fair about you could question things. I want you to.
Oh, I definitely will.
Yeah, I already know. But check it out. So as far as the MVP, it's 5 points for the MVP, 5 points for MVP, 5 points for Rookie of the Year, and 5 points for Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay. So I noticed that with the MVP, Rookie of the Year, those are less points. Is that because they're voted on and you don't have to necessarily be better than everybody at one particular thing?
Couldn't set it no better.
Okay.
No, because the GOAT metrics motto is titles is earned, awards is given.
Awards is given.
So therefore, sometimes they give people awards that don't deserve it. Steve Nash.
Twice. And just to put some clarification on that so people can understand, I think it was Dwight Howard twice may have been defensive player of the year, but wasn't first team all defense. So that right there lets you know that there is a discrepancy in the voting system.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they don't want to give one player that many points.
Understood.
You could give this to somebody else. He already has this. So we're not going to give this to him as well. We got this to give to somebody else.
No, I get the logic.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So now with that was 4 of the 7 awards. Then we got 6-man, all NBA, and all defensive teams, which is 3 points.
Okay. Right. And with the all NBA, I noticed you said it doesn't matter which team you make. It's all 3 points.
Correct. And the reason I did that because it's a lot of politics in the NBA. Oh, and sometimes I might not give you all NBA first team because it gets you this type of perks on your contract. Or I might keep you off. You know, and I didn't want to not respect these, but we still have to have an understanding there's a lot of politics in award giving.
Right. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Titles hold more dear to me because that's not given. You didn't give me this.
Right.
I earned this. I led the league in rebounds. I led the league in blocks. You didn't say I'm the best block guy. I said it.
Right.
So for any player right now that's in the NBA, if you're waiting for somebody to say you great, nah, just go out and be great.
That's right. You heard it here first. Go metrics, baby. Go be great.
Yeah, go out and be the best. You could be the GOAT rebounder in the league this year. Go get your 10 points. Go get your 10 points. Don't let nobody wait and say. So when this year is over, we didn't win a championship. I was the best rebounder in the league.
Right.
I'm one of one.
That's a fact.
And the final one is just the all-time numbers.
Okay.
The all-time numbers is the same as you said earlier. Points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. Now, this is the breakdown. See, this is what you was talking about earlier about what about the second guy?
Right.
It was hard to get that for the scoring title because it's a title for one guy.
That's right.
I can't do the runner-up guy,
Definitely.
because we don't give the loser some points.
Right, right, right.
But now when it comes to all NBA numbers, which is more impressive because you didn't just win a title for this year, you wind up in a top 10 all time. So the league been going on for 77, 78 years. You're in the top 10. We have to give you something since it was 5,000 players. So you in the 0.5%. You
Oh,
know,
I understand. I definitely understand. So, how did you do it? You gave the for all time, and we're talking all time leading scorer, all time leading rebounder, assist guy. You giving them 10 points.
2 through 10 get 10 points.
Okay, 2 through 10. Okay.
Top dog get 20.
Mm.
Yeah, I had
Okay.
to. I had to sit down. I had to sit down. And it hurt me because LeBron is the all-time leading scorer. But you know what I had to do? Take my feelings out of it and respect it.
And that's why I love the GOAT metric system, because it doesn't matter how you feel. But they say the numbers don't lie, man.
Don't matter how you feel. I don't care what you feel. Who the best player, who the best this, it don't matter how you feel. What he did, what his report card look like? Okay, his report card,
Right.
he's the all-time leading assist guy. Like to me, Magic Johnson is the greatest point guard I ever seen when it comes to passing the ball.
I agree.
By the GOAT metrics, John Stockton got 9 assist titles.
Mm-hmm.
Magic
And I
Johnson
think
got like 4 or 5. So it's like,
it was a big space. And I
yeah,
think that was the one that hurt me the most. I think that was the one where I had to swallow it and say, either you're going to respect the GOAT metric system, all of it, or none of it. And that's the way it is.
yeah. And the beautiful thing about it, to be honest with you, I could eat the system because a lot of players, I didn't want to be this high. I wouldn't like them to be, or they would have never
Right.
been in my mind. But I had to respect the system.
Understood.
And you got to look at it like that. I did a little breakdown too. I did a little extra credit. So,
Okay.
because right now we went through 13, we went to 1 through 13. We're going to record episode 14 later on today or whatever. But
Uh-oh.
Dennis Rodman being, I didn't do this already. Like you didn't even know what I was thinking. But when I was doing it, I was like, yo, because ESPN got a list.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I did this, because the ESPN or the NBA's top 75, they had numbers by the guys' names.
Okay.
But I'm just thinking, like, what make this player be higher than this player?
Right. Right.
Is it endorsements? Is it influence? Is it your marketing? Or is it their era? What is it? I'm confused. I'm confused. If you say Ray Allen's on the list and Ray Allen's number is this, how is Ray Allen's number this?
Right. I understand that.
So through the top 13, I'm gonna break it down for you real quick since they already lined up. Michael Jordan is number 1 on our list and ESPN.
Oh,
Will
yeah.
Chamberlain is number 2 on our list, but number 5 on ESPN.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm glad.
Okay.
Kareem Jabbar is number 3 on our list and number 3 on ESPN list. So we kept the same number with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He 3
Right.
and 3.
Okay.
LeBron James is number 4 on ours. He's number 2 on ESPN. So he fell only 2 spots.
Right.
You know, Bill
Okay.
Russell is number 5 on our list, number 6 on their list.
Mm.
Yes, Bill Russell. So Bill Russell moved up a spot. John Stockton, which hurt a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
John Stockton is number 6. He's number 24 on their list.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Chris Paul is number 7.
Okay.
I GOAT metrics. He's number 29 on their list.
Wow. That's crazy.
And this is another player. Tim Duncan is number 8.
Okay.
He's number 8 on the ESPN list. So
Okay.
Tim Duncan and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is in the same spot.
Okay. As well as Mike.
Yes. You're right. You're right. And then number 9 is Akeem Olajuwon by our list, but by their list, he's number 13.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
it's Bob Cousy, number 10. This one rubs some people wrong, brother.
Yeah.
But check it out. He's number 34. I don't know if it's 34 or not. I wrote it down. My handwriting. It might be 34 on a list. 34 or 39. But then Magic Johnson is number 11 on our list.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 on theirs. So Magic dropped 7 spots.
Yeah.
Kobe,
So
go ahead.
I could see the discrepancy in points. So when you sat down and came up with the GOAT metrics and you said that I'm going to do this, did you go off of the top 75 or did you just pick the players that you thought were the best and start doing points?
Nah, I went top 75. Only people that I got on this list is the players that, because I was trying to see, was they ranked properly?
Okay.
Wasn't
Okay.
trying to see if they deserve to be on here.
Got you. Got you. You know what? And again, you grade the report card.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you.
I didn't say, oh, I think this player is better, because going over the list right now is amazing to me because Dominique didn't make the first top 50.
Mm.
Yes. When the first top 50 came out, Dominique wasn't on the list.
Wow.
25 years later, he's number 36. Make that shit make sense to me.
Yeah. How does that even work? Because if he was number 51, it would make sense. You didn't make the 50, but now you're 36. I don't.
Make this make sense to me. How you didn't make
Yeah.
the top 50, but now you're number 36 on ESPN, but you didn't make the top
Right.
54.
Yeah. See,
I gotta go to the NBA list, and I was trying to research and find the NBA list. I couldn't find it recently, but that's the whole thing.
Okay. See, and this is why we needed the GOAT metrics. This is why the GOAT metrics is important. And I don't know. I know I heard you say that you wanted to do it with other sports, but I just feel with what you did just here with basketball, you can make it so much more. GOAT metrics, all NBA team. GOAT metrics, all defensive team. Like you can do so much with this, and we needed this.
Yeah, I know I did. Because I hate that I'm such a literal person.
Right.
Sometimes I'm such a numbers person, but you just can't tell me anything.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Tell me anything. So with that being said, I needed something to make sense to me. Don't tell me this is the greatest when it's guys that's more accomplished than him.
That's right. So what is if there was one thing that you wanted to come from this, from the GOAT metric system, what would that one thing be?
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. If you don't agree to this, ESPN or the NBA, show me your system. Because people come and say they don't like what you do, but they don't have nothing better.
Right.
You don't like my food, cook something better.
Right. Show me yours.
Or eat the fuck up. You heard me? But that's just how I feel. If you don't like it, let me know something.
All right. So, I know that you want to do so much more with the GOAT metrics. I know I heard you say football, so other sports, and I'm sure that it will go a long way. But with the GOAT metrics, just basketball, it's so much you could do with it, man. GOAT metrics, all NBA teams. GOAT metrics, all defense, and that all NBA team, I want to do it. I want to do it, man.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time. I'm trying to figure out right now, do we speed up the top list?
Mm,
Been through 13. When do we stop doing one person per show and do like 3 or 4 people per show to speed up the list to get us to 50? Because we already did 51 through 76.
right, right,
Well,
right.
when do we go? Because the sad thing, if we speed it up, we gonna not talk about a certain guy. Give
Well, what
like
if we did?
AI. There's a lot of guys coming up soon. So and I love him so much. I kind of don't want to shortchange him by speeding up and talking about these different guys.
Right, right.
And I'm trying to figure out, do I speed it up and we'll just go into that guy and just straight like that, or do shorter shows to get through it? I'm just trying to figure it out.
Well, I'll say this much, and I know you're a busy man. I don't think the people really know how busy you are. And let me just reiterate by saying, not only is he doing the GOAT metrics, you have another uh, podcast that you're doing with the relationship game, is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Uh, he's an author. Like this dude he's like the hardest working man in Hollywood right now, man. So
Hollywood.
my suggestion would be to do uh maybe 2 shows a week. You know, that might help the
Prop,
process, but
prop two or record two, because the difference.
I would say record 2. Um and then I guess you can see how the people are taking to it. You know, if you want to try to do 2 a week and see what the people are saying and how they feel, or if you want to just record 2 a week. Because like you said, you don't want to shortchange anybody. And even though this is something new that you're doing, man, like this is big to me. Like I think what you're doing, and I wouldn't want to see you shortchange anybody or yourself for that matter, you know?
Yeah, and I'm just trying to figure out, because I could start doing. I'm just trying to figure out what number do I start putting more players on one show.
I would say
Because right
20.
now we got 50 more to go. So do I stop at
Ooh,
25 and then do 5 per, or 3 per, or 2 per show? Like, when do I say, okay, we went through these guys, now let's go with more than one player on a show?
I think that at 20, I think 20 or either 20 or 25. I think at that point you should just go ahead and do however many I guess you can within that time frame until you get to someone that you feel deserves a little more time. Um,
And that's gonna be biased. But you just gave me an idea. That's why I like to talk about it, because what I'm gonna do is, after 25, I'm gonna do 2 per show. And it's funny because the
okay,
next show we got our first honorable mention.
okay,
Got our
okay, that's
first
right.
honorable mention. So this is the guy that didn't make the top
We ain't
75.
gonna don't say his name. We can't put it out there now.
But so I think after 25, we'll go 2 players per show to speed up
Okay.
to 50. And even if we want to go more, we could go more, because it's only 52 weeks in a year and we're going through 50 players. We'll spread this out. So I kind of want to go, and then we could do what you're talking about. Have the GOAT Metric All NBA team. That would be an episode. So we could dive into
Oh
it. We
yeah.
could tell each other who our list is. You know?
Okay.
Like you said, it's so
So
ways to have fun with it, but right now we got to get through the list, and then we're gonna run the list back through with everybody. Like, say, okay, this is this, just to give everybody
okay.
an understanding, and then we're gonna post the list. I haven't
Okay.
posted the list yet because I wanted to get through all the players.
And that's a good idea. And before I get too far away, I wanted to ask you, as far as the GOAT metric system, when doing these players, who would you say was your biggest surprise and your disappointment with the GOAT metric system?
Ooh, nephew. Biggest surprise was biggest surprise was Dennis Rodman,
Okay.
because he went up from Number 67 to 13.
Wow.
Yes. So he has the biggest jump. He moved up 54 spots, and I'm amazed. That's why I made this system, because I want to know how the NBA got him at 67. Do they say total numbers? Because if they go total numbers, yeah, he don't have a lot of points. You know, he don't have a lot of assists. He don't have a lot of certain. Right. So therefore, but I'm trying to figure out, but he do have 5 championships, and he do have scoring titles. You know, he do have 2 defensive players of the year. Ain't too many players with 2 defensive players of the year.
That's right.
So he's already in rare air. He's the only player with 5 championships and 5 rebounding titles. Other players, Wilt Chamberlain got more rebounding titles, but he don't have more championships.
Right.
Russell has more championships, but he don't have more rebounding titles.
Right. And again, to reiterate with Dennis Rodman, he did it with more than just one team. So it's not like, the team just carried Dennis Rodman. He did it not only with Chicago, don't forget his Detroit days. Like, Dennis Rodman was a beast, man.
The only thing that Dennis Rodman can't say is that, because I think you said the last episode, you said they wouldn't have won the championships without him. You're right. Those 3 they won, you are correct. But one thing Mike could say, we did win 3 without you, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
I'm not saying to go on you, because
No, I get it.
The point I'm trying to make was Detroit didn't win before him.
Right. And Chicago did.
Yeah, so he really catapulted Detroit on winning those championships.
Oh, yeah. That's a fact.
And that's why Kelly just let him be. Like, certain guys, let him be, because it's almost like a happy Rodman, happy team. You feel me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's
like the bully of the family. Just let him be. Don't start with him. Just let him be, man.
That sounds like a funny thing, because moms, rest in peace. Your grandmother, my mother, she used to always say, "Don't laugh at him," because he won't stop talking about me and story of my life, because I love to laugh. So I like to make people laugh.
Right. So, I could hear her saying that too.
Yeah, don't laugh at him. Don't laugh at him. But it's just me being me. And I understand.
That's what's up.
Sometimes you just gotta let people be them.
That's a big fact. And
now you say the biggest disappointment.
Yeah, who's the biggest disappointment?
I won't say for their career. I could say this is rough. This is rough, because I'll say this, and they're gonna kill me for this. Picking on the white boy. I'm gonna give you a few players.
Okay.
And it's gonna be Larry Bird, Reggie Miller.
I seen that one coming.
And Julius Erving. And the reason I said about Julius Erving, they had him high, but with his NBA stats don't put him that high. With his NBA accomplishments don't put him that high.
Right.
And I'll say Larry Bird, because they have him number 7 on ESPN. They have
right.
By the GOAT metrics. We haven't got to him yet.
Right.
But he's nowhere near number 7.
And that's actually pretty shocking for me. Because I initially thought Larry Bird would have been in the top 10.
The beautiful thing about this, it ain't my opinion.
That's right.
It ain't my opinion. Because Larry Bird, to me, is the second greatest small forward ever.
What? You know what? This is an interview, so get into that. But that's something we're going to have to discuss, brother.
Yeah. But check it out. Let me take that back. 3rd.
Okay.
3rd.
Let me take my glasses
behind
off.
KD. But the thing about it is,
I'm gonna put them back on now.
Behind KD, I had to think about it.
Okay.
But KD, he was my second best like years. He was my first. LeBron surpassed him, and then KD surpassed him. That's one thing about these
Okay.
players playing for a long time. They have the ability to pass some of the other great guys.
That's
They have the ability. But when it comes to Larry Bird,
okay.
yeah, when it comes to Larry Bird, I feel like we haven't got to him yet. But I feel like for him to be number 7, and we have we doing number 14 today, and he still has a long way to go. Like he's not, he's not like 2, 3 away. So
Okay.
for him, and I get it though. He came in the Magic era,
Yeah.
and he wasn't able to, out of the 18 statistical categories, he wasn't dominating. Now, don't get me wrong, he averaged 20 something and 10 rebounds. So he's a 20 plus 10 rebound guy. He has a 20 double, so which is very impressive. But he don't have scoring titles, rebounding titles, assist titles, all these type of things. So that's his score. But I get it for what he did in the 80s, in the 70s, the late 70s and the 80s. What he did in the 80s, him and Magic, I understand why they hold them this high.
Oh yeah, because they saved basketball. They saved the NBA.
Yeah, but then when you put them up against guys who play longer or guys who more accomplished, now it looks a little different. It looks a little, and that's the whole thing. So if you want to say those 3 guys, of course, Dennis Rodman. If I say the top 3 guys that I was shocked about would be Dennis Rodman, number 1, John Stockton, Paul.
Okay.
John Stockton and Chris Paul. And then the most surprising in a bad way would be Larry Bird, Julius Erving, and then Reggie Miller.
I'll definitely put you on the Reggie Miller.
Like Reggie Miller, he don't even need to be on the list.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Because with 9 points.
But again, the GOAT metric system.
Yeah, and that's why I went by the 76 players that was there. I didn't make my own players. I gave you the report card to the players you picked.
Right. And that actually leads me into one of my most important questions. Okay. Right now with this GOAT metric system, who do you see in active right now that's on the list that you can say will probably move up higher or just to a better place once they retire? And then who do you see as a new player actually being able to make that list or being at the top?
All right, that's a hard one because I haven't broke down everybody. And going through the ESPN list, I give you the credit for what you said. When you said a lot of these guys was premature.
Oh, really?
Yes, I give you credit for that, nephew. When I went through, now, not by the GOAT metrics.
Right.
But by the ESPN, when they gave them ranking.
Right.
A lot of them was out of position. A lot of them was out of position. I don't have my whole list here. I only got the top 30 players right here, right? Players that they had a number top 18, and it was like premature.
Wow.
Yeah, it was premature. Top 18 right now, and they over a lot of players. Right now, their numbers don't even hit these guys' numbers, but they do some great things. So right now, if they stop right now, they're not on the GOAT metrics high like that.
Do you want to name a player or do you want to just move on?
This guy.
I mean, it's the GOAT metrics right here, baby. We name names. Just give us one. Give us one. Give us one.
Off the top of my head, Giannis. You hear me?
You can stop acting like you frozen, man.
No, that was you. You really froze. Off the top of my head, Giannis.
Okay.
They got Giannis. They have Giannis number 18 on the list. So
That's
yeah,
pretty high.
that's pretty high. And
Yeah.
he has one championship. Now he has a scoring title. He has defensive play. He has some accolades,
Right.
but it's not adding up.
Right. Right. That's a fact.
And I hate to say this, Dirk Nowitzki.
Ooh. Yo,
Dirk,
you starting something. Hey, man.
I'm just going by when they put this list out. So they put these guys out, and Dirk career is over. So therefore, it wasn't premature. It just was overrated. Unless, and that's why I say, teach me your scale. Because unless he's in the top 10 all-time score. So maybe their top 10 all-time score is 50 points.
Right. Well, they're gonna have to show us because now I want to see. I want to know.
Yeah, because he's in the top 10 scoring. So
because I'm trying to think and I can't say.
What you say? All right, Seb is freezing up on.
Freezing up.
Yeah, you freezing up, bro.
Look like we having a little technical difficulties here.
I think. Go ahead, speak what you said. You said they got to show us.
Yeah, it's freezing.
Just can you hear me?
Nah, definitely.
I
can hear you.
You said they got to show us.
Yeah, definitely. Because if you don't show us,
yeah.
If they don't show us, nothing they say is valid. Like I've noticed that these ESPN guys and these sports analysts, they like to show you all of the analytics that don't mean anything. The win shares, all of this. Like that means nothing. Show me what this player did. Show me why you're telling me that he's the GOAT. If you're telling me that somebody is the greatest scorer of all times, show me their scoring titles.
Man.
Like, what are we going off of? Yeah. You just like the way he shoots?
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. That's why I hope the GOAT matches open people's eyes and give you a system that you could look at. So I don't have to tell you Dennis Rodman was a great rebounder.
Right.
His 7 rebounding titles out of 14 years tell you that he's a great rebounder.
Right.
So at his time in the league, he was leading the league in rebounds.
Mm-hmm. And he a lot of rebounds.
Yes, and it might have been other years he might not play enough games. Who knows?
Right.
But the whole thing is that they can't take that from him. What the guy said on Above the Rim, they can't take that from us, Chef. They can't take that from us.
That's right.
Just let you know they can't take this from you.
That's a fact. That's a big fact.
If you dominate, they can't take that from you because people gonna say what they want to say about who they want to say it about.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because we all know who's number one on the GOAT metric system, and we know that 1 through 3 they're retired. They're not gonna earn any more points.
Yeah.
Do you ever see someone taking that number 1 spot from Michael Jordan?
I mean, right now, not nobody right now.
Okay.
And the reason being, it has to be somebody who dominated. If you realize the 2 players at the top spot dominated in their area.
That's right.
It has to be a guy who dominate and win. Wilt dominated in.
That's right.
In scoring, he's number 2 with 7 scoring titles. He dominated in rebounding with 11, and he only had 2 championships. And if he would have 5 or 6 championships, he would be the GOAT.
That's right. That's right. Stuff wasn't categorized then either, right? They didn't have the defensive statistics.
Yeah, so he missed out on a lot of stuff because he possibly could be the GOAT if even though he didn't
Mhm.
win a lot of championships. Because what he did, he's the only player in NBA history. If you take the championships away and then you add up all the other stuff, he has 19 titles without championships.
Wow.
Yeah, because he has
Wow.
11 score rebounding, 7
Wow.
scoring, and 1 assist title.
That's crazy.
So
So
that's
you're saying he
19.
has
He did this in
190
the
points.
50s, 60s. He did this in the 50s, 60s.
Wow. So off of just titles, he has 190 points.
Exactly. See, what hurt him is that he didn't have that many championships.
Right.
And that he didn't get all these all NBAs, all defensive. You know,
Yeah.
some defensive or blocks and steals, he didn't get those.
Right. Right.
So it hurt him, but I can't give him what he don't have.
That's a fact.
You
That's
know,
a big fact.
so to some players, to some people that's in their 70s, they'll say they never seen a player greater than Wilt.
Right.
Like Wilt is
Right.
the greatest player they ever seen. And some people say Bill Russell is the greatest winner they ever seen, which is true because he got 11 championships.
Right. Right.
So everybody can say what they want to say, but when you add up, it's like, all right, let's get down the table. Let's put this money up. How many
Right.
championships is $100 bills?
Okay.
Put yours there. All right. I got 19. Jordan like, well, I got 13. I got 10 and I have 3. Okay, put your championship down. Oh, I got 6. Well, like I got 2. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're going down the list. How many MVPs? Oh, I got 2. I got 5. How many finals MVPs? Wilt didn't get credit for finals MVPs. It wasn't created. But Mike, like, well, I got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You
That's
know what I
right.
mean?
It
So
wasn't.
when you add the money up, we got to give it to the guy who money add up the most.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever thought about, and this is just something I'm thinking about, doing a GOAT metrics with those guys according to where you think they would be if they had the defensive categories and things like that?
Only thing I don't go down that rabbit hole because it's just gonna make the show without facts.
Understood.
If our show is
Understood.
based on facts, when we give guys what they don't have, that's not based on facts.
Definitely.
I can only read the report card. Now, if you want to play, if we want to do a show where they could be or where they should be or whatever, that's something different.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go metric.
Nothing based on facts. Just a just a sitcom.
Yeah, like we can do funny stuff, you know? Because
Definitely.
I'm sure Bob Cousy will. I said this in an episode. I'm sure Bob Cousy, Bill Russell, and Wilt Chamberlain had steals and had rebounds. I mean, had blocks.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It just played in the era where it wasn't accumulated. It wasn't counted.
Right.
So I can't
Right.
give them that.
Yep.
You know? So right now, I mean, the Go Metric system, it is what it is. Like people got to realize if everybody is graded on the same thing, how about you tell your player to do more?
That's a fact.
You want to
That's
give
a
them
fact.
more. My thing is do more. Because my favorite player
Yeah.
in the league right now is Kevin Durant. Love him to death. I wish that he,
Mine too.
wait, he's like my Nas.
Oh wow.
Yeah, KD is like my Nas. I respect his game, love his game, this, that, and the other. But then the back of my mind, I'm like, Jay did more. I'm like, Jay did more. I'm
Right.
like, LeBron did more. You
That's
know,
a fact.
it doesn't take away Nas being great or
Right.
KD being great, but a kid compared to the other guy is like, yeah, he did a little more.
Right. And I can honestly say, and this has nothing to do with GOAT metrics. This is not a GOAT metrics opinion. But KD is my favorite player, and I'm tired of hearing about KD being able to change a team and a team being an automatic contender once he gets there. So,
Hold
like
on,
you said,
son.
he just
We're
doesn't
keeping it to
do enough.
GOAT metrics, baby. You can't take shots at him right now.
Listen. I told you this had nothing to do with this opinion is not the views of the GOAT Metrics podcast.
Hey, we're gonna end this show. When we get back on, hey, I'll let you have your rant, bro. I will
Hey,
let you
listen,
have your rant.
let me say this.
Go ahead.
I want to personally thank you, and that's all joking aside, man, for bringing us the GOAT Metrics. Like I always tell you, you one of those people, you do it. When you say you want to do something, you do it. And I know this took time, and I could see the passion that you put into it. And man, we thank you for it because I love it, man. It's perfect.
I know, no doubt, no doubt. I did that. I did this because I had to. I'm tired of arguing with people. I was tired of
That's
arguing,
right.
and I wish some players was higher. Like, to be honest with you, I wish LeBron was higher. I wish LeBron was right up under Wilt. I do.
You want me to go on the rant, don't you?
No. And the reason I say it because some players have cult followings. LeBron has one.
That's right.
He has a cult following, and sometimes they don't understand that it's not hating.
Right.
Hating. It's just that, let's say I broke down the money situation. Sometimes some people have more money than others.
Right.
It doesn't mean he's broke. It's just his money is just not as long.
That's right.
And some people want the person they want to be the GOAT to be the GOAT until they look at what somebody else done. They be like, I didn't know he did that. And the funny thing about it is this, to be real with you. I love talking sports with people, but I really love talking sports with people who did their homework. Because when you do your research, you understand a little bit more.
Right. That's a fact.
Because we could talk about who we like.
Yeah.
If I was to say my top 5 players all time I like, Isaiah Thomas is over a lot of players. A lot of Isaiah Thomas is in my top 5 players I love. Like I idolize. Yeah, he's in my top 5.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But when we go by what he did and what he accomplished, then it's look a little bit different.
Okay. And speaking of which, so when we do decide to do the GOAT Metrics All NBA team, I want to do the team according to the GOAT Metrics and do the team according to your opinion and your likes and see where they line up.
Okay, now we got to go. That's beautiful, but now we got to go to. It's 3 different ways of doing it. This is how I look at it. It's your GOAT Metrics All team, right?
Okay.
Your all-time GOAT Metrics team, your all NBA first GOAT Metrics team. Then is your all-time 5.
Okay, definitely.
And then your favorite all-time 5.
Okay, I like that.
Because my favorite player, like Isaiah gonna have my point as my favorite all-time.
Okay.
Over Magic and my favorite all-time 5. Yes.
Okay.
Because that's my favorite. And that's what
people
understand. Your favorite don't mean somebody to go.
Right.
It's just
that's
your
fact.
Yeah,
no, because my favorite would be over the GOAT Metrics team. For one of them, rather.
Yeah. And
I definitely get it.
That's the thing, but nephew, we're not gonna beat it up. We just want to say something. So right now, what we gotta understand is that we are just reporting the players' report cards against their peers.
All right.
And I hope if somebody have a question of why certain things is higher, like why Defensive Player of the Year is higher than an All NBA, or why this is that, like, reach out.
Definitely reach out. And I actually had a friend, and I'm going to just throw this out there. He wanted to know if you were going to do the coaches. He texted me while we were actually talking. If you were going to metrics coach NBA coaches. I said, you know what? We might do that.
Yeah. If we do that, it's going to be like what we said about the 3 levels.
Oh, yeah. That's what's up. Well, keep doing it, Lifeline. Keep doing it, brother.
The funny thing about that, and he must watch shows like we watch, because somebody said, I think it was Stephen A. He said that Steve Kerr is top 5 NBA coach all time.
Ooh.
Yes. And I like that he said that. His team is real good.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had to think. If you think about it,
yeah,
it's some legitimacy to what he's saying, because if you look at the coaches, look at Red Auerbach, what's his name, Red Auerbach?
Yeah.
And then you look at Phil Jackson. And then you look at Pat Riley.
Pat Riley, yep. And then San Antonio coach,
Popovich. Now who's after them? Pop got 5. Pat Riley got 5 or 6. Pat Riley got 6.
Yeah. Phil got what? 7?
Who's that?
No, Phil got, because he got 1 as a player.
Phil got 11.
That's right. I'm tripping. He got 11.
As coaching, he got 11.
Yeah, and he has 1 as a player. So are we counting the 12 or just the 11?
We just counting what they coach. We can't play a coach. We can't do that. If you coaching, then you get that. So
got you.
So now that's what I'm looking at. So right now, Pat Riley got 6. He got 5 with the Lakers and 1 with
Miami.
So he has 6. Steve Kerr has 4. So really, I don't know no other coach that got 4 championships.
Yeah, it's some legitimacy in that. You're right.
Yeah,
because I'm sitting here, I'm trying to think. Phil got the 11, like you said. He got 6 and 5. Pat got the.
See, Stephen A. slick, because he says something that sound profound, but really, when you look at it, it ain't even that profound.
It's simple, right?
Yeah, it's simple.
Right in your face.
Yeah, but it just sounds like it was a drop. We like, nah, all the NBA coaches they had, Steve Kerr couldn't get
right.
You got to realize with 4 championships, it put him in rare air.
Yeah, because I'm sitting here thinking, man, who was the coach for Boston? Oh, that was
No. And what you said, I want to know. You talking about what, Larry Bird?
The coach. No. Who was coaching? Yeah, when Bird was playing.
I want to know that too. I don't know if it's I don't know. I don't want to say nobody's name and mess it up.
Right.
But they only won 3.
Yeah, that's right. Huh. You know what? He's about the 4th best coach ever.
I think it's 5th. I think it's Red Auerbach, Phil Jackson, Pat Riley, Coach Pop.
I put Pop over Pat.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How?
Well, I mean, Pat has more rings. I just felt like Pop did more with less.
Oh, we ain't gonna never get off this show. Hey, check it out.
Right?
Check it out. The only reason I'm gonna disagree with you, because Coach Pop haven't won without Duncan. Pat won without Magic.
That's true. That is true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to give it, because now we on the Belichick shit with Pop now.
Yeah, but I watched Pat not be able to get the Knicks over the hump, and
but is it Pat or the Knicks? The Knicks ain't been over the hump since the 70s.
Yo, don't let Ben hear you say that, man.
I'm just saying. I've been saying, man. I mean, yo,
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
calling.
you might be right.
Yeah, is it Pat? I think the Knicks just you know, it's just
Can't do it.
one of those franchises, man. I don't know who they sacrificed back in the days. I don't know what the Knicks did. What kind of karma is this?
Yeah, it's no man, but it's bad.
Yeah,
It's bad.
it's like every team could win something but the Knicks.
Yeah,
The Giants,
you're right.
Yankees, or I mean, even the Mets won a World Series.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like everybody.
Well, except for the Jets.
Yeah, the Jets is the Knicks with the pigskin.
Yeah.
You know.
That's right.
Yeah, but we're gonna resume this one because I want to see what Benny think about the coaches too. So we won't do it. I don't know when we're gonna do it. We're gonna do a segment when we just do this. But you know the funny thing about it, we can always do the bonus and put it on.
Oh yeah, that's a definite. That's a definite. Because I'm looking it up now because I want to be prepared.
Is it KC something?
I'm looking.
Boston coach in the 80s, 84
Yeah, you got. And they had a lot of coaches from 79 to 83. It was Bill Fitch.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I forgot Dave Cohen's, but I don't think he won.
Look at we dragging this.
Casey Jones from 83 to 88 won 2 championships. And then, of course, Red Auerbach, he won 9 in the 50s and 60s. Bill Russell, well, he was a player coach, but they have him down here.
Yeah. So who's the Boston coach that helped Boston win in the 80s?
That would be Bill Fitch and Casey Jones.
So 1-1-1 and 1-1-2?
Yep.
Okay.
Casey Jones won 2, 84, 86, and Bill Fitch won 1 in 81. And he was NBA Coach of the Year that year.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, this is I love this right here. I love this. So we could definitely do a GOAT metric coaches and we could talk about the guys wins, but right now Phil Jackson is the greatest coach of all time.
That's a fact. You can't argue that.
And then some people will say, you had the greatest players.
Yeah, other people had them too, though.
Yeah.
Like Phil wasn't
that's why I think Pat Riley second run at the championship at Miami was his most impressive.
Oh, no, that definitely was. That definitely was because he came from upstairs to coach that team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it definitely was impressive.
Yeah. I'm trying to sneeze, but let's get out of here, nephew, man. GOAT metrics. This was the bonus. This is the prequel. This is what made Lifeline think of this system. And I hope if you don't agree, make a greater system. And I will agree. I'm with better.
Facts.
I'm
at least hear you out.
Yeah, I'm just not with opinions.
That's right. That's right.
Opinions, because we all say what they want to say. I got a dude that never made the NBA. I can say he's the best player I ever seen in my life. I ain't got no facts or none of his numbers
right.
or anything.
Right. I call them opinionated facts. People form an opinion, then make up facts about them.
All right, say less, man. We don't go. That's a mic drop.
Go metric, baby. 1.
Peace.